Hey, clear sight begins today. Evo ICL is on the way.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Eli Pratt. I'm a fourth year ophthalmology resident at Washington University, and today I'm going to be having Evo ICLs, or Implantable Collamer lenses. I'm originally from Farmington, Missouri, and I aspire to be a refractive surgeon. I've been really impressed with Dr. Brinton and Brinton Vision and just in general, from the front desk staff to all of the technicians that helped me through the battery of tests to ensure that I was a good candidate for refractive surgery. There's really a unified goal, and I think everybody's on the same page with which whenever you're choosing to have an elective surgery like refractive surgery, you really want everybody to have the same goal. I've been very, very impressed with everybody that I've interacted with here, and you see how successful these surgeries have been, how few complications they really have. I think it gives you a lot of confidence, and I think just having trust in your surgeon, trust in the process, that gives you the best chance to kind of ease some of the anxiety and ensure that things will go according to plan. So the first time that I noticed that my vision was not as good as my peers, whenever I was actually at a state high school basketball tournament with my dad. We were sitting in the second row. And obviously great view of the court. I looked up at the score and I asked my dad, what's the score? And he was like, "You can't see that? Are you kidding me?" So it was really the first time that I knew that I had a refractive error of some kind, and I've been in contacts or glasses ever since. One of the things that I'm really looking forward to once I'm going to get my ICLs done is just the ability to live life without feeling like I'm tethered to contact lens solution, having an extra pair of contacts, having someone that only does refractive surgery. This is what they're dedicated to. And Dr. Brinton is really the premier opportunity and option for that in St. Louis. So whenever I was choosing to have my vision corrected, he really, his name and his reputation really skyrocketed to the top of the list. Yeah, so I'm around a -5.25, depending on whether it's glasses or contacts. But so pretty high myope. I've been wearing glasses or contacts since I was about 8 or 9 years old. The first thing that I'm going to do once I get my Evo ICL, I'm actually probably going to be changing diapers. My wife and I have 2 twin newborns at home, so we will, I'm sure she'll give me a little bit of a break because of the surgery, but I'll be back on diaper duty before too long. So my surgery experience was really interesting. A lot of the things that I've talked with my patients about, how to expect a light show, expect some interesting sensations. They're just that. They're exactly as I had been describing, but having the ability to kind of relate to my patients on that level now and be able to experience what they experience kind of reaffirms some of the things that I've already been telling them. But very, very painless. The most uncomfortable part of the entire process were the dilating drops beforehand. So sitting up from the operating table to laying down before the surgery, I wasn't able to see the clock in the operating room. I sat up. It did feel kind of like you were underwater. Kind of an interesting visual phenomenon, but I was able to read the time immediately after surgery. I think 2 minutes afterwards I was 20/40, so I was able to legally drive at that point if I didn't have any other anxiolytic or thing preventing me from doing that, and feeling comfortable doing that. And then the next morning I was, I think, 20/12 in my right eye, 20/10 in my left eye. So it did not take long for it to get back to an acceptable level, and then the next morning it was exceptional. But you're scared of surgery, yet you're a good candidate, I would strongly urge you to consider it, because I think that oftentimes we can get in our heads, and in reality, things are much easier, much safer than we would imagine.